watch this. Since nobody's on, we'll watch this. Millionaire charged in deadly weapon assault.
Body cam footage shows the aftermath of an enraged and wealthy driver who rammed his Porsche into a traffic control construction worker.
Oh my god, Ryan Trahan is definitely peak.
He comes to a stop, and then I'm like, all right, bet. So I stop like this
and
and stand in front of him,
too.
and then he continues to accelerate into my legs to get me to move out the way, and he's like looking at me like yelling, and that's when I got mad. I was
and you're yelling at him to stop.
Yeah, I'm like, you need to stop. Yeah, but he could like. I understand when somebody lets go of their brakes and then their car hits you a little bit. This dude pushed my legs in with his car. Like,
you don't need any medical.
No. Trust me. I've been
but the car definitely did hit you.
But he hit me like he stepped on the gas to get out of his way, and that's what he was implying.
Even after, I know this is stupid because we're between, this is a crash hit and run, and between this is like an aggravated battery with a deadly weapon.
Yeah, so
it goes from one criminal charge to another criminal charge. One's felony,
so I had him.
So I'm just trying to make sure I have all the elements.
Yeah, so I have like the whole crew of people that seen it down there because they was all on the equipment, so they watched all of this go down, and they were like, "Yo, what the f is he doing?" So I said, "Stop."
Yeah.
He pushes his car right up on my legs and tries to move me out of my way. And then that's when I'm like, yo, you're seriously gonna fucking hit me with your car right now? And then he's like, oh, like, I need to go and turn left here. Like, I need to turn left. And I'm like, bro, I don't care. You're not gonna hit me with your car trying to meet me out your way. And then he was like, oh, I didn't mean to. And I was like, no, bro, you that's not.
So you let him know that he hit you.
Yeah, I let him know. I let him know that
I didn't
my legs. Yeah, and then he drove off. So
all right. So it sounds like this is more of an aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. Is that how you want to pursue with things? Do you want to pursue with charges for that?
I mean, to be honest with you, yeah, I just don't have any, like, I'm not physically hurt. So, I mean, but if that still counts under it, then
if we have witnesses and you're saying that the vehicle did touch you.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I'm not doubting you on that at all. That dude drove his whole hood into my leg and tried to push me, like, with his car for a second, and I was like, bro.
All right, you can use the back of my car.
I mean, to be fair, he got physically assaulted with a car, so I don't expect him to be having the most clear vocabulary.
I just need basic information here at the top. Just explain the whole situation. You care.
But that's crazy. I wonder
what happened after that.
I wonder where he was rushing to.
Be as clear as like the stuff I told you to repeat. Just kind of repeat that in there.
After finding the location of the possible suspect at a nearby home, an officer checks with the residents there.
You Donald? They're Donald that resides here, that drives that?
I seen this part on TikTok.
Where is he? Is he friendly?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, hold on.
All right.
Okay, here. Come here. Hello. How are you?
Good. I just got some questions for you today.
Oh my god, he really is a millionaire. Other than the house and the car, the cars. You know what I was wondered? Like, if you're a millionaire, why do this, dude? I feel like I would just be. I mean, I guess he looks pretty old. He's been a millionaire for a little while, but I just wouldn't do dumb shit like this.
Before I ask the questions, I gotta read you something from this card. I'm Deputy Lane with the Flagler County Sheriff's Office. I'm here investigating an aggravated battery. I have to read you the back of the card now. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used as evidence against you. Do you understand these rights?
I thought it was maybe and can be used.
With these rights in mind, are you still willing to talk to me?
Gee, I don't know. I don't even know what this is about.
I said it's in reference to an investigation for an aggravated battery.
Me?
Yes.
Again, I don't even know. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Charlie 111 Flagler. I'm 1012 with my suspect. I mean, it's a yes or no. Are you still willing to talk to me?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I don't know what we're talking about.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. So earlier today, were you driving that Porsche?
I was.
Were you
oh my God, he was in a Porsche?
Ray, with all that construction going on?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Do you mind just telling me what happened with the person directing traffic, if you know what I'm talking about?
I do. I think I do.
Oh my God, I was wondering what the guy was doing. He was the one who was in charge of traffic, and you ran over the guy that was in charge of traffic? That makes no sense.
They wouldn't allow us to turn left there.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of commotion. Traffic was going through real fast, and a lot of different things going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, "Can I go straight?" And he said yes. So I went straight, and then come back down so I could turn into this, make a left turn in there, because they weren't allowing us. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I went that way, and sure enough, there was a lot of traffic there, so we waited. So we all waited a little while longer, and finally it went to slow in that lane. So I pulled out, and what you're talking about, there was a fella, when I started going down, hoping that I'd get down there and make that left turn because all this equipment was parked there. So when I went down there, I could see a fella come out. There was one guy on the left and another one came out on the right side. And he came running up to me like this. And he ran up to the hood of my car.
Yeah.
And he ran right up to the hood of my car.
Yeah.
And he hit my car. I was stopping at the time. So I walked around to the window and he says, "What are you f***ing trying to run over me?" And I said, "No, I'm sorry if you thought that. I was stopping. You ran up to my car and I was moving slow. I mean, it was maybe 1 mile an hour because we were almost stopped. I mean, I didn't hit that person, if that's where you're going with all this. He ran right up to the car and hit the front of the car."
So that
Please tell me you have a dash cam. You're driving a Porsche. Please tell me he has a dash cam.
it wasn't your intention to hit him,
Of course not.
because I mean he's claiming that he had you stopped, and then you revved your engine and went into him, and I have 2 witnesses also corroborating that story.
Look at his wife. Look at how shocked she is. Now she looks dumbfounded, but she was shocked here.
And went into him, and I have 2 witnesses also
Oh yeah,
corroborating
it's
that
cooked.
story.
Once it's on you, it's cooked.
Yeah.
No, I never. He came right up to me and
Was anybody in the car with you?
no.
It was just you. Okay.
And he came right up to me, and I think he hit the car, and he said, "Stop." And the car might have moved right there. He was running. I mean, he was not running fast, but he was coming up there like that, and he got in the car. And
I wonder if he gets charged the same way as like a regular person would, or if they get lighter sentences because he's like a senior citizen.
I mean, why would I run over somebody? I mean, that's just somebody maybe is looking. I'm driving a nice car, maybe taking advantage of the situation. But they're
Based off the story, I'm not gonna lie, the old man's does make a little more sense, but also the way the guy said, I know when someone like steps on the brake and when they let go, I could tell a difference. But also, if he did step on the brake, there's no possible way he'd have enough time to like move his foot and step on the brake, right? Because once you let your foot off the brake, it'll start moving forward slowly. But for you to step on the gas, push into the guy, then stop, there's no way. I think he did step off the gas, and I think it did roll into him. I think that's what it is.
I could see if he just claimed that we had no other witnesses, but I mean the other witnesses' stories were almost exactly the same, and I spoke to them, separately, making sure I'm doing my due diligence with the investigation here. And they both described the same exact incident that
Why do this?
you came out into oncoming traffic, not listening to that.
It wasn't on listening.
I know, it's not oncoming. No, I know it's not oncoming traffic. It was down to 1 lane,
Yes.
but it was still a lane that you weren't supposed to be in at that time. And they said you were impatient. You came out and then you stopped, and then he's waving you down, told you to stop, and then he's waiting for the other traffic, and then that's when you hit him with the car.
There was no other traffic, and I didn't hit him with the car. He ran up to the car. I mean, with the confusion.
The thing is, I think it should be a big charge, because if he did do the way that the kid is saying, that means this guy is not a very patient driver, and being patient is a huge part of driving, especially when you're driving an SUV and it's like a neighborhood area like this. I think he should get his license taken for a couple of weeks or months, because that's crazy. If he's hitting a person that's like in control of traffic, imagine a regular pedestrian, right?
Going on, the car could have
even though
lunged a little
he's
bit,
an
but
elderly
nothing
person.
like
Come on.
I gave it the gas and tried to run him over or anything like that.
Okay.
That's
And it's not like a manual transmission or anything like
Pardon
that?
me?
It's not a manual transmission? It's automatic?
It's automatic.
Okay, all right.
They had all sorts of aggravated people trying to turn around on the road,
Yeah,
trying to go that
I
way.
understand. All right.
It was a
If you
mess.
wouldn't mind with me just standing at the end of the driveway, we're going to have the victim come and drive by and see if he can identify you.
What?
So if you wouldn't mind just standing over here in the grass, that'd be appreciated.
Call him the victim. Oh,
Maybe he was
GG.
hurt or something like that. Or
He's not claiming he was hurt, but he was claiming he was hit by a car. And in the state of Florida, that counts as aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. The way...
Yeah, I think like once you hit a certain age, I think you should retake your license. Not a couple of times though. I think you should just maybe when you hit like 60, 55 maybe. I think 60, and then you should get a retest. See like how you're still doing as a driver. Yeah, I think 60 is a good age, low key, or like 55. Maybe yeah, 55. See, so yeah, like that.
He and two other third-party witnesses are stating it happened. Is you were impatient, you came out, and you saw that he was there, and then you revved your engine and kept claiming you need to get around him, and then that's when you struck him with the vehicle, pushing him back.
When he was there, he was in front of the car. He stopped, so I couldn't go anywhere, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I did already.
I explained to him, I'm just trying to
did on my
left into this intersection.
I understand, but when somebody in a yellow jacket who's directing traffic around, construction going on, you need to abide by the traffic control devices that they have set up.
Well, it was confusing because it had turned
111 on 3.
slow. It had turned too slow, and then the sign went to slow.
Okay.
And I couldn't tell how many cars. There were other cars that were workers in that lane.
Okay, just stand right there for me, okay?
Still stay here?
Yes, just until the patrol car passes by.
Did he explain to you what we're doing?
Yeah, he said.
Why are you 214?
He said that I'm pretty much gonna like identify him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is right there on that little bend before we came in, or not like I guess on that side. If we would have kept going straight, this is where he actually did it, and then he said he had to turn in left. He was freaking out, saying he had to turn left.
Officers then conducted a show-up as part of their investigation. These are used in instances when a suspect is apprehended in close proximity to the crime and within a reasonable time frame. In addition to location and timing, if the physical description reasonably matches the suspect, a show-up may be performed. During a show-up, multiple procedures will take...
Nothing. You didn't miss much right now. They're just bringing the kid on the patrol car, and they're passing by the guy who apparently hit him. And they're going to see if the kid can recognize the guy that was driving the car and see if it's him. Which the guy is standing outside on the
place.
On the
The
grass
victim
right now.
and or witness will be transported to an appropriate location to identify the suspect. In the case of multiple victims and or witnesses, they must be separated. Victims and or witnesses
But why
will
don't
be
they have many
notified
other people? Like, they have,
beforehand
like,
that the
2 or 3 other
suspect
people,
may
I feel
or
like.
may not be the perpetrator. Immediately after the show-up, the victim or witness should provide a statement about their level of confidence in the identification. People involved are prohibited from making any suggestive remarks that may sway the identifier one way or the other, and the show-up must be thoroughly documented regarding each and every detail.
I
didn't think he was gonna stop. Come on, that makes it obvious.
I mean, he's got his glasses off, but yeah, it's the same shirt, and it's literally the same hair.
Alright, so are you 100%?
Yeah, it was literally the exact same Porsche. The only thing that's different now is he doesn't have his sunglasses on, and I think he was wearing a black hat too, but I don't think he's got that on either.
So the only difference, he just doesn't have his...
He just doesn't have the glasses and the hat on, but the same gray hair, the same face, the same shirt.
I mean, based on the witness statements, based on the victim identifying you as driving the Porsche that he photographed, hitting him.
But he just said he had a hat on, but same gray hair. Yeah, yeah. What? I'm so confused. But it says the same Porsche, same gray shirt. But if you're standing in the hood, you would really barely be able to see the shirt. Like, you'd see the collar. Maybe you'd see like this much right here. I mean, I guess that kind of gives it, but really? I don't know. I mean, he said same face, I guess. If anything, if he's lying, the cops aren't at fault for this. It'll be the kid. So, no, but yeah, that threw me off. He said the same he's missing the hat, but he has the same gray hair. Like, what?
I have probable cause to make an arrest for a aggravated battery.
No way. When they drive by?
Like he was hit with a car.
Okay. I just got a few more questions for you. Do you know what year it is?
Do I know what year it is?
Yes. I know they're going to sound crazy. It's just something I have to...
2024?
1922.
Okay, do you know who the President of the United States is?
Biden.
Do you have any weapons on you? Anything I should be aware of?
No.
Wait, he said 1922. He's trolling?
Okay. No knives.
But it is
guns,
2022 in this
anything
thing.
like that? Yeah, on you.
No.
You don't have anything? Okay. You've been compliant with me. I don't have to put the handcuffs on behind you. I'll just put them on in the front so it's more comfortable while we while we drive down. Excuse me, ma'am?
Oh, he's arresting me for some loony that is claiming I hit him with the car. And he ran up, put his hood on the car, put his hands on the car, and there were his other buddies were standing there and then he was swearing, cussing, and said, you gonna run me over or something like that.
Okay. No. So if you wouldn't mind just putting your hands out like that.
Let me.
I feel kind of bad for him, but at the same time.
Oh, this is absurd.
Of course.
I mean,
you know what this is all.
Let's be fair here, lady. I understand he's your husband, but imagine if this was your kid, and this was a strange old man. Then the whole thing would be flopped. Like, come on, let's be fair here. I understand you obviously don't want your loved one to go to jail for something. Okay. I don't want to say as little because it's a pretty big deal.
You're not having any medical complaints?
Right now?
No. Yeah.
No.
Okay. All right. Am I just walking me down to my car over here?
He's got to be about 67.
I can explain everything to you. We'll just do it at my car once he's, secured in my back seat, and I'll let you know.
Oh my God, this is embarrassing.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. So before I put you back there, I just have to pat you down just to make sure
there's
nothing else on you that I should be aware of. Any other property? All right. Just take a seat in the back seat. You just kind of slide in like you normally would, and then that's made so that I can buckle you.
Okay. Short neck.
Sorry about that. All right. I can open that partition for you to let some AC back. It is going to get a little hot because it's not easily ventilated. Earlier today, he was driving with Porsche. What happened was, according to the victim and two other witnesses, he cut out into the oncoming lane against their wishes. They're telling him, "Hey, stop, stay here, and you can't go." He cuts out. Then he was told to stop by our victim. The victim, comes over, has him stop. He apparently stops in the roadway, and then he's standing in front of the vehicle, and then that's when he revs it.
Yeah, the kid isn't adding up, and the guy, his story is adding up a little more, but also he just started telling more of the story to his wife when he was getting arrested, but when he was getting questioned, he didn't say any of it. They're both not very liable people to question, but
his engine and drives into him.
That's hard for me to believe because he is a gentleman.
I understand. We're going off of two witnesses and the victim's statements. They're all
the witness that's low key. Like, I'm trying to be on the kid's side, but the two witnesses, that's bullshit because that's literally his friend / coworker / bosses. I don't know. The same. I feel like it's a little unfair, but
back and forth to different locations where these
there's
workers
probably
were,
cameras.
I asked them these questions, separately, and they all gave the same exact story.
Well, maybe they all talked to one another, instead of, hey,
that's
here
why.
we go.
That's
here
why.
We got a guy in a Porsche. Let's just.
That's why it was handled the way it was. They had no idea the police were called. It was actually the victim. He called on his own. It wasn't like a job site. They were like, well, "What are you guys here for?" They had no idea. So
I just find that really. I mean, she would not. He's the kindest man you ever met in your life.
I understand, but that's what we're going on.
So now what happens?
He's going to be transported down to the Flagler County inmate facility in Bunnell.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me!
He committed a felony, ma'am. That's why we're doing it the way we're doing it. I don't have any discretion when it comes to making a felony list.
All right, so you're taking them to you're taking them to prison?
The jail, ma'am.
Can I go there now? Or can he come out of here once?
It's gonna be a while before he's booked in. It's gonna be at least 2 hours before he's booked in, and then.
Sorry, stay over there.
He was over there.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
All right. Any further questions?
No. So, do you have a phone number or anything I can call there? Or he come over? He's going to be with.
Yes. Yeah, you can come over.
Come over here, Mike.
My partner wasn't here. He didn't know you were here as well, sir.
They're going to take him to jail.
So we have probable cause for he committed an aggravated battery with his vehicle when he struck one of the workers over there who were directing traffic. We had two witnesses who were completely separate. When I interviewed them, you give the exact same story as to what happened and so what the victim was claiming.
Understand. So what's the bail requirement?
That's set by the jail. I don't personally set that.
So what happens now? Do I have to get a lawyer?
That's down the road.
He's gonna see a judge for first appearance, and then
Are you gonna keep him overnight?
I don't know. Maybe it's possible. This isn't a domestic case, so he doesn't have to stay overnight. I don't personally set that. That's all set by the judge. I just drive there and type out the arrest.
Deputy Lane, you're doing your job. I can explain all this to her. We're okay.
Okay.
I understand.
All right, well then.
It's messed up, but it is what it is.
All right. Try to have a better day.
Try to have a better day.
We've been following this case for the last 2 years as it's worked its way through the Florida court system. Donald was charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. Court records indicate, as part of a plea agreement, Donald would plead guilty to...
I didn't think a vehicle would be considered a deadly weapon, which would make sense for it to be considered deadly, but you wouldn't think it would be.
battery and avoid jail time contingent on completing a diversion program involving anger management.
Thank
he was also
you.
ordered to pay several $100s in fines and court costs related to this matter. Court records indicate that he completed the diversion program successfully. Accordingly, his felony charge was downgraded to a simple battery, which will remain on his criminal record. Court records also indicate he was represented by a private attorney, which may have anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000 for defense in a felony criminal case like this.
That ain't nothing to him. He's free. Plus, that's crazy. That's crazy. Y'all think he really did it? I mean, I think he's done it by now. But wow, that is